Hey, have you ever looked at your friendship timeline and just reflect in terms of how it has been and how it's going and how you want it to go moving forward? This is what I'm going to talk about in today's episode. So I'm going to start for when I turned 20. So basically, the type of relationships, this is friendship, right, that I've had in my 20s. I kid you not, I've had like really good friends in my 20s. Some of them, they are still my friends, but some of them, unfortunately, with time, everybody found what they're interested in, and for some interesting reasons, we all just found, crafted our own paths, and we're all just in our own lanes. But it is something that I appreciate about that season is that it's a season that I've had friends that we could celebrate a lot of milestones. We could celebrate birthdays, we could celebrate graduation parties. We could go to various markets here in Windhoek, and it was really just an amazing period. And I'm just grateful for these friends, to be honest. I'm just grateful for these friends. And this is what I'm learning about friendship. It's unfortunate that you cannot carry all the friends in your various seasons of your life. Unfortunately, that's just how life is. But at the same time, I can also just say that I've moved on. I've now new friends, or I carried some of the few friends that I think I want to carry in my 30s, and neglect the good times that I've had with the friends that are not in this season of my 30s. And I just want to acknowledge that it's been really a great time, because this is the time when I just moved to the city. So the fact that I still turned out to be a good girl, it's simply because I had a good circle of friends with whom I could learn a lot, whom I could navigate life with, whom I would even want to say that they sort of helped me navigate adulthood, in terms of even just getting serious in life, and doing a lot of stuff that has to do with career. For instance, these were my friends that would discuss about various things. And as I said, some of these friends were still friends as we speak, meaning I carried them, um, we held onto this relationship until my 30s, and we are still friends. And this is what I'm appreciating about seasons, right? Some of the friends, unfortunately, you won't be able to carry them in your different in another season. But I'm just grateful that I've had an opportunity to meet these amazing people. Now let me talk about the friends in my 30s. Friends in my 30s are just delicious. They are delicious. They are just amazing women, intelligent women, go-getters, women that we are able to have real life conversations, and women that are willing to hold a relationship. Understand? I'm saying to hold a relationship because with friendship, if you have not reached a level that your friendship is operating almost like um, a romantic relationship, it just shows that there's a lot of growth that still needs to happen. By romantic, I gave this example specifically because in a romantic relationship, there are various seasons that you go through as a couple, right? And some seasons are summer, they are beautiful, and spring, of course, they are blossoming. But then there are also seasons such as winter, where things are just dry, where you are just not entangled. But because of the love that holds you, you are able to still sustain this relationship and navigate through the storms that you're going. And this is what I'm learning with my 30s. This is the quality of a friendship that I'm now experiencing, where we are able to go through various seasons, where we are able to hold each other as sisters, where we are able to hold each other accountable, where we are able to call each other out. And there's so much love that things of life, when, let's say, when life is lifing, when we are going through challenges, we treat each other with so much grace. And there's so much awareness amongst ourselves, so much that we're able to even apply what we call emotional intelligence, the same emotional intelligence skills that we apply in the work environment, we are able to bring it in our relationship. Do you ever talk to your friends, and after that, to a friend, for instance, and after that conversation, you feel lighter, you feel motivated, um you feel like a different person. These are the type of friendships that I am now experiencing in my 30s, where you know that this friendship is not just brought together by what we enjoy, or by the various places that we go to, or by the various parties that we attend, or by the various office building that we share. But there is depth to that friendship. This is the type of friendship or friendships that I'm experiencing in my 30s. And depth is something that a lot of us do not carry in our friendships. Hence, they remain at the surface level. And when they remain at the surface level, when they are just shallow, it means they're not anchored to anything. They're not anchored to any substance. That's why you're able to write each other off for when you encounter challenges, because there's no depth to it. There is no depth to it. So with my friends, for instance, I was just telling my other friends the other day that, girl, the utensils that we use in our home for dinner, etc. These are utensils we got from you. When we are dining as a family, you are literally present in our day. I mean, you are literally present in our home. We're able to appreciate and say, my friend brought this, my friend, we're grateful for her. Not only because of the utensils that she gave us, but because of the relationship that we have. We appreciate her. Now imagine tomorrow we go through a challenge. Let's say we misunderstand each other, and we decide that everybody go your own way. What does that then mean for our home? For instance, us looking at the utensils that we usually appreciate and we love, what will mean to those utensils? Are we going to throw them out, or are we still are we going to continue using them or not? Now, because of the depth that we have as friends in this relationship, I've even had this conversation with her and said, look, now that we have all this beautiful stuff, what will happen if tomorrow things are not good? Like, what does it mean? And we both, I think, understood that this friendship is genuine, and we just have to keep it. We are like sisters. You understand? Of course, we don't share the same parents, but we're like sisters. And then I also have another friend whom, man, this friend of mine, you talk to her name and you feel lighter at the end of the conversation, because the depth of the conversation. This is a woman who's always like uplifting you. She's telling you that, girl, you're struggling with this. How about you try this out? Girl, by the way, people are now doing this. These are the skills that are required in the market. These are the business opportunities that are available. Or even conversations will be like, so I am talking to this consultant and they're doing this and they need my expertise, and this is what I'm able to bring on the table. This is what they are asking. What do you think in terms of my fee? Is it fine? Should I escalate? I mean, should I increase it? Is it market related, etc. We're having this depth in terms of our conversations. And this are friendships that I'm learning that the friendships in our 30s should only not be driven by by things such as gossip, but they should hold substance. They should be able to carry us, because as individuals, we go through seasons, right? You want to make sure that you have friendships that are able to withstand these seasons. If they cannot withstand these seasons, then unfortunately, this friendship or this relationship will not last. That's what I've learned. And then number two, or maybe number three, I've also learned that if there's no vulnerability, if you don't get to share vulnerability, your vulnerable moments in friendship relationships, yeah, then it sort of keep everybody just at a surface level up until when we have like in-depth conversations, when you're able to bring yourself to this person's level, or to put yourself in this person's shoes, experience the type of life they've experienced growing up, the type of life they're experiencing currently, and their vision, or their hopes that they have. Until you have this in-depth conversations, your relationship is still shallow with your friends. This is what I'm learning in my 30s. If we are not able to move our conversation from what is trending on social media, what is happening in terms of us gossiping about this individual, and if we are not able to move our conversation from, not to say that people don't gossip or not have these juicy conversations in friendships, but that should not be the ultimate conversations that you're having with friends, because the depth will be compromised. And this is the same thing even with romantic relationships. If your relationship conversations do not have depth in terms of you getting to what are the things that you're afraid of, what are your fears, what are your worries, what are your concerns, what are the things that make you happy, what are your values, what are the things that you want to carry on in your second chapter of your life, with your second decade, your second whatever milestone of your life. If you're not having these in-depth conversations, then your relationship will remain shallow. And this is just not with friendship, but I've also learned that this is also applicable in the family context. In a family context, if you don't have depth in your conversations as a family, your relationships will remain shallow. And when they're shallow, it means you're not able to progress through various seasons. They'll remain shallow, and they'll remain functional only when there is good things happening, when there is achievements, when there is celebrations. They will remain. But so long as when things turn or twist the other side, when challenges come up, and you're not able to discuss these challenges in depth, then this relationship will still remain on the surface level, and it will not progress, it will not help you go through that season, because it's not anchored on vulnerability, it's not anchored on your ability to give each other grace, it's not anchored on who you are as an individual, but rather it's anchored on what is happening, the beautiful tasks that are happening in your life, the beautiful activities that you get to do, the beautiful vacations that you get to go to, the beautiful events that you get to attend together. It's only anchored on that, and there is no depth. Oh, I think I have exhausted this point enough, right? So these are the type of relationships that I've had in my 30s, of which I'm experiencing nuances in them. I'm experiencing nuances in them, and I'm so scared, although I'm not supposed to be scared, right? I'm so scared to to lose this spark, to lose this beauty that is happening around them. And also the other thing that I forgot to mention, right? I spoke about vulnerability, but I also left the aspect of being in touch. Friendship that does not have touch. By touch, I mean it's just checking in. You don't need to see each other in person regularly, but you have to be in touch. If you have a WhatsApp group, that WhatsApp group ought to be functional. It's not a WhatsApp group where somebody posts something and then people just respond with emojis. That is not a relationship. A relationship is one that you're able to conversate, that you're able to share your emotions, your feelings, your fears, etc., as I mentioned earlier. That is friendship. As long as you're not connected and you only meet up once in a year, that friendship quality will be challenged, and I'm not sure if it's going to withstand the storm. Right? Touch is very important. Being intentional and pouring out. And sometimes it requires of you to make that intentional effort. You know, sending that text and say, "Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. How is life?" Da, 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 da. It will only cost you a second. I mean, maybe a minute, right? But the amount of value that it's adding, or the amount of value that it's adding to the relationship is unmatched. That is what keeps a relationship alive, or relationships alive. Being in touch, being curious with each other, showing up, even if life is lifing. Be in touch with your friends. Otherwise, then this relationship will not withstand, right? Okay, so the other thing, now what? For people like me who have small circles of friends, right? Now what? Am I only going to keep these beautiful friends of mine in that quantity? These are the friends that I'm going to carry in my 40s and that's it? The question is for you to answer. Personally, for me, I love my friends dearly. And these are friends that I've met at various milestones in my life. Some friends, I just met them at work and we became friends. Some friends, I carried them from my childhood. We are still friends, right? So what does that then mean moving forward? Now that I understand the quality or the importance of friendship, how friends will come to you when you need them the most. When your friends will show up for your wedding, when your friends will show up for your interview preparation. I had my friend help me prepare for an interview. Guys, tell me, does your friends do that for you? This girl helped me. Yeah? I have friends that help me unpack my fears. Who tells me like, you act strong. And sometimes you don't know if you are really doing well. What's up? And we're able to have a conversation and really open up and say, look, I'm not really good because this and this is happening. Friends that are able to say, girl, you're getting married? Tell us, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? You know, the quality, the essence, friends that are able to say, look, there's this business opportunity that is happening, are you interested in? There's this consultancy, da, 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 da. Are you interested? These are the quality of friends that I have in my 30s, and I definitely, for sure, by God's grace, I want to carry these girls in my 40s too and forever, because we're in a relationship. And I said, if I'm able to compare this relationship to my romantic relationship, it means there is so much. I hold these relationships with so much care. And these are the people that make part of my life's timeline. Because I value these relationships, I want to carry them in my entire life, right? Of course, seasons was season, life was life, but I am just holding on to the hope that I hope things will be fine. And these are the conversations that we always talk about, to say that, guys, because we created this beautiful relationship that we have, we need to make sure that we maintain it, okay? So now, what's next? Am I willing to bring in new people? Am I willing to bring in new friends? Of course. The same way I got these new people, these old people back in my life, these people that I continue to do life with, I'm open to also bring in new people. You understand? Because life is finite. Life has a start date and an end date. And we want to make sure that during the time that we are alive, we have lived an amazing life. How do you know that you've lived an amazing life? Relationships are very important. And for me, would I want to bring in new people in my life as friends? Of course, because I want to continuously get more out of life, learn more, learn new stuff, meet new people, get new activities, explore, do life, because life is just a game. However, there is a standard that I've set to say that if you are my friend, we need to share at least most of the values, integrity, honesty, accountability, transparency. These are the values that these are some of the values that I want us to share as friends. So I'm open to meeting new people, getting and enlarging this friendship circle, you know? And now let me tell you something. This is the beauty of life. I spoke about having friends that I had in my 20s and not having carried all of them due to various reasons, not having carried all of them into my 30s, right? Due to various reasons. Now let me tell you, surprise. Some of the friends that I left in my 20s, because of the beauty of life, because of God saying that these are the people that are meant to be in your life, I am finding myself meeting up with these friends again, connecting with them again after 10 years. Now, let me tell you, people say don't go back to your ex boyfriend or whatsoever. Please normalize going back to your ex friends if possible. Especially if the substance of the rationale, rather, of why you guys were not friends anymore or why you broke up is not something of substance, go back. Meant that relationship. My girl, So I have this girls back in my life, and we love each other. There's even more depth. It is something that unfortunately it's that keeps coming up is us regretting to say, look, just because of us breaking up, we missed all these milestones. We missed all these milestones, you know, babies, graduations, jobs. We missed all these milestones. But because God said you are meant to be in each other's lives, He brought us back again. And there's so much joy, there's so much love, there's so much empathy to each other to say that we don't want to lose this again. Because now we are matured, we understand each other, you know? And that's the beauty of life. Not everything is a casting stone to say if it ends, it ends. That's your ego driving you. Unless you have substance to say that because you did this that affected my values, I am not willing to come back and mend this relationship. But it's only due to small things. Girl, you're missing out. Life ought to be done or to be lived in harmony, but also having people around you. And these are the people that I am appreciating, you know. So to end this, how does it look like moving into my 40s? I feel like my 40s are close, but they're so far. I'm like 6 years from there, but I'm already thinking about the type of friendships that I want to have. I think I'm ready to say that because I'm now self-aware, I know what I like, what I don't like, what I wish to have, what I'm dreaming of. I just hope to continue having these beautiful relationships. Because tomorrow when I said, boom, I'm gone. Or tomorrow when I'm on my sick or deathbed, I'm going to look back and say, look at the friendships that I've had. And mind you, these are the people that I'm going to, that are always going to be part of my timeline in terms of memories. Because these are the people that I've shared baptisms for children. We've shared birthdays, we've shared graduations, we've shared housewarming, we've shared trips, travels, new celebrations of jobs. Da, da, da. These are my people. These are the people that I want to make sure that I continue doing life with them. These are like my sisters, you know? These are the people, if my mom is sick tomorrow, I'm able to say, girl, I know you are in Bambuland. Please move attend nearby Oshitai and check up on my mom. This person will be able to go without even asking, can you please send me a wallet for fuel money? Can you please send me a wallet to go buy to take something with at home? But if there's anything they'll ask me probably is or tell me is that I'm on my way. These are the type of relationships that I want to continue having. Yeah. So in my 40s, I still just want to continue creating more depth, more friendships, meeting new people, and just do life. Life is finite. It ought to be lived amazing. Let's go out there and create good relationships with depth. This is Daring to Differ, and I am Anaki. I'll see you in the next episode.